Hello everybody, welcome to Car Question. We are trying a new vehicle this week. Remember a few years ago when Scion was launched on the market? This car was selling young buyers which were dynamic, love the sports car, love the equipment, and you know, the sales just went down over time and Scion needed to react, Toyota in fact. Well, here we go this year. We've got the XB model which is gone, but we've got two new models in the lineup, and what we have for you this week is the new Scion. Look at that, the new Scion Scion. It's simply based on the Toyota Corolla, and yes guys, it's an hatchback. Hatchback tend to be more and more popular because we like the utility of this vehicle. You know, we like to go around town, have a versatile car, a jail car, and we also love to put a lot of stuff in it, even if we have a small family, you know. And yes, it made me think about the Matrix, the Toyota Matrix, which is gone. A lot of people were not understanding the move of Toyota to simply shut down this car, which was a good seller. It was not a sports car, not a car with big attitude. But right now, I think that the Scion IM will be a good replacement for the Toyota Matrix also. So, is it better than a Corolla? Will it stand up to the Matrix reputation? That's what we'll see over time for sure. Starting with the exterior, a long nose. Look at that long hood. It got a nice line, nice design of the lower part of the bumper with the black accent right there, and the big Scion logo that you have right in the middle. So I think for the front part, it's looking good. You've got a projector headlight, but don't get overexcited because it's not LED or HID inside. It's simply halogen. You've got a LED right there, which is in the inside of here. That's going to act as daytime running lights, which is going to give it a unique look. One little problem with the front part is right there, this part, the aesthetic is not quite good, but I think our car maybe hit something with another journalist, and this place is simply hard to put back. So be careful to that. If you remove them, be careful to be sure that they go right in the proper places. On this side right now, still a nice line. It appears much lower than a Toyota Matrix, that's for sure. But don't be fooled, because you've got a lot of spaces inside, which is quite, I think it's even a few liters more than the Matrix was offering. 17 inches wheel, don't get me wrong. You've got the Ecopia right there, the Bridgestone Ecopia, which is not a bad tire, but it's gonna be a tire, you know, for longevity, for good life, but it's not a performance tire. And it's larger than usual on this kind of car for a 225, and the car simply comes like that right out of the factory. You can see the braking right there in behind the wheels. You can see also the side skirt, which go all the way back there. So this car comes nicely equipped. The mirror are retracting electrically, but if you forgot them, you can simply push them like that, or you know, pull them back, and you don't have the resistance of the motor. So if you forget them, you don't have to go back inside, push the button. You can simply push right there on the mirror. For the rear part, not bad, seriously. You've got the nice line right there. When the lights are turned down, this is going to be a LED bar, and the only problem I think is the rear window. Look how small it is. See, it's not that big. You've got a small wiper which is going to cover only this area, so during winter, I think it's going to be bad. Even when it's raining, you're going to have to start that wiper because you want your rear visibility, that's for sure. You've got the camera, the standard camera, which is hiding right there. And look what they've done with the reflector. You know, usually the reflector style right there at the bottom is not my favorite part, but right now they integrated pretty good with that black accent. And you've got some kind of sport exhaust style right there in the back. So let's go in, guys. All right, guys, let's go inside the Scion IM. Let's open it, and as soon as you open it, you've got a big wide opening, and you can see that the car is built with good quality materials. Right after opening the door, you can see some soft materials right there, some fabrics that you have right here, a mix of aluminum, more plastic than aluminum though, and you've got some piano black accent right there, and you've got some cup holders right there in the door, which are quite big. You know, if you're the gym type of guy or girl, can pick your big shake in that. And you can also see that the car is built on quality, that's for sure. Toyota quality right there as soon as you look at the seat. And you know, I'm a fan of black inside car, and I like that very much right now. You can see some similarity with the Corolla, that's for sure, but they gave a unique styling to the Scion, that's for sure. Right there, the little compartment, and you've got a lot of things inside, that's for sure. Let's turn this car on, and you're going to remark that we have a nice key, which is quite different than the previous version, with a little chrome accent right there, but it's not a push button start car. So the good old-fashioned way. There you go, IM logo. We're starting. You're going to see also the Scion logo right there, and you know, the interior is quite good. They're using blue, so when you're riding at night, you've got blue everywhere. The big new thing is that 7-inch screen made with Pioneer. You're gonna have a 6-speaker radio, Bluetooth, USB, auxiliary, which is gonna come standard with your car. The thing that I'm not sure about is the haha application right there. You know, a cell phone now is so intelligent right now. What do you need an application to, you know, I don't know, class your music, play your music in some kind? I simply plug in my iPhone, ask Siri whatever I want. But the screen is big, and it's all easy access to the volume. You can raise it like that, lower it like that, no problem. So it's reacting quite quickly. As soon as you press onto something, you've got access to the selection quickly. But you're gonna find that there's no GPS right now on this screen. GPS is probably one of the only options that you have with the Scions. Phone is quite easy to configure. Media, everything is easy access to that. The radio quality is good when the sound is not that high, but as soon as you turn a little bit up the volume and add some bass, you're gonna hear some shaking in the car. Right there between the two gauges, you've got a little menu, a little screen that's going to give you more information about your autonomy, your echo indicator to give you a little bit of score on how you drive responsibly, and you're going to have your fuel consumption and message and configuration menu. So everything is accessible through the selection of the button right here over the steering wheels, and everything is clear and simple. We like that way. You've got a mirror right there. Yeah, I nearly forgot them. You know, when I'll talk to you about the retracting mirror, a little push on that, and there you go. And remember, guys, you don't have to push the button if you forget them. If you go out your car, you simply push them, and as soon as you use the button, you're going to be able to reopen them, and you don't feel the engine, you know, forcing, and that's a good thing on that. The quality of the material right there, once again, soft materials. You've got a little bit of silver all the way here over the top, some piano black accent, which is quite nice. You've got a little hard material right here, soft material right there. You've got some kind of leather white. I don't know why they didn't put it the color of the car. That would have been a great touch. And you've got your glove box, which is kind of big. Good fabrics on the seat, and they're gonna give you good comfort, that's for sure. If we move back here, you're gonna have the climatization command, and it's a dual climatization. So I love how they made it. It's quite easy, you know, to use. You can push on your button that adjusts up or down, and same thing for every command. So position, and if you have a passenger who wants to control manually, there you go. It's easier. It's easy that way. You've got all your buttons, sync it, and there you go. No problem with that. If we move a little bit lower right there, we've got a little compartment, and I don't know if you have an iPhone 6, you're going to be able to put it in, but you won't be able to charge it and close that little compartment right there. So you can put your phone in, close it, but not charge it and close it. You've got your 12-volt outlets, which is 120 watts, which is a little bit lower than usual on the other cars. And you've got your auxiliary and USB right there that you're going to be able to plug in. But I think I would have put the USB a little bit down, because when you're working like that with your cable, you're always in that protector part, and that's the only problem I can see with that. You've got the shifter right there of the automatic transmission, the CVT, that you're going to be able to put it in manual, and you've got also a sports mode. If you put it in sports mode, see that upper part right there, that's going to change. It's going to give you simulated gears, so it's going to feel like an automatic, and that CVT is quick. Cup holders, some storage spaces right there, so you've got enough cup holders on the side also. To the top parts, you're gonna have the parts right there where you can turn on off your lights if they're opening doors, and you can push in there, and you've got some classical halogen lights. And I love the material that they use right there to put in your goggles. If you put your sunglasses there, they won't get scratched, that for sure. A thing to be careful, guys, you've got your sun visor right there with a mirror. You have your girlfriend, which is doing some makeup things, you know, trying to get a better face, and if she turns on that light, and check that, you can close it, and there you go. You see the problem, guys? The light stays on. On some other cars, you've got a switch that's going to turn off the lights if you close that sun visor, but that's not the thing with that. And right now it's day, but I was riding at night, and I was wondering what's that yellow halo right there, until I found out that the light was turned on. So I drove the whole week with that light turned on. Man, I was glad it was not -40, because I could have get a little bit of problem right now with the battery of the car. Let's do a little bit of a start. Typical 1.8 sound of the engine. Let's go for some revving. You can hear that engine inside the car, that's for sure. So it tends to be a little bit buzzy when you start the car. Let's move to the rear seat. Once again, good quality. You got enough spaces for 3 passengers, that's for sure. And look how the third place is a little bit moved to the front, so you won't get shoulder to shoulder, or at least you won't get too much shoulder bumping from the person sitting next to you. So once again, nice fabrics, looks everything quality, enough spaces in the rear. You've got some more cup holders there, and you've got more cup holders in the door right there, and you can also fold that seat. There you go. And you know, I'm moved in my usual driving position, and the seat folds down. A little bit of rubbing, but look at that. If you pull that up, you're going to be able to simply get the seat there more easily, but it won't fall if it's all the way up, all the way down there, you know, if it's clipped down there. So let's move to the trunk. And look at that, that was the LED I was talking to you about. When the car is running, you can see a nice LED right there on the side. Love that part. Nice trunk, it's big, you've got some places to put a lot of stuff. It's a little bit bigger with the space storage than the Matrix, than the old Matrix. You've got a lights right there that's gonna light up in the dark. You've got also a little bit of compartment there that you can put some stuff and it won't move. You've got also your panel right there that's gonna hide your cargo. And if I move that up, you've got also more storage in there that you can put some things. And if I move, sorry guys with one hand, sometimes it's hard. And you've got more spaces down there with the spare tire, which is hiding underneath all that. A full-size spare tire like that, it's becoming more rare and rare. And you've got some little tie hooks also right there, which are chrome, that you can use to tie something up. So it's a pretty complete trunk, and I think I love the utility of that, that's for sure. Let's move to the engine compartment. A little pull right there. And there you go, you've got the typical 1.8 liter engine from Toyota, and you can see the logo, which is one of the more reliable right now, I think, on the market. And it shows because, you know, when you go between oil change, it's not 5,000 kilometers, not 8,000 kilometers, it's 16,000 kilometers. And I've double checked that on the Scion website. The only engine available in the Scion IM is the 1.8 liter shared with the Corolla. It's 137 horsepower at 6,100 RPM, and you've got 126 pound-feet of torque at 4,000 RPM. 6-speed manual or CVT is going to be the choice that you're going to have to make, but you know what? The CVT is so quick. You put it into sports mode, you can simulate speed, and it's doing a great work. So right now I'm going up a hill, just lowering it, and there you go, it's always ready to shift. And just by pressing, let's say 50% of the accelerator, once again it's ready. Letting go, accelerating, it's ready. You know, it's quick for this kind of transmission, and you've got your sports mode that you can put it into and simulate some manual gears while shifting with the lever. And if you can go down with the gear, it's gonna tell you with a little chime in it. So right now, second, flooring it. Well, gonna finish the turn. There you go, flooring it. 3, 4. You still can hear the engine buzzing, but not too much wind noise. For the road handling now, when you go into turns, you can feel it. You know, it's not a firm suspension, so you've got this movement of the car. When you go into braking, you can feel some nosedive. When you go into acceleration, you can feel it going up in the air. It's not that much, but you know what? The car, when you look at it, seems more sportier than it handles. But you want comfort with that kind of car, then you got it. It's a car in the 20Ks. Remember that, guys. It's not a performance car, but still, you got a little sports mode. Acceleration are modest, but okay. Let's talk about security. Usually I don't talk about that, but you've got so much thing in that car. You've got many airbags, knee airbags, curtain airbags, side airbags, side seat airbags. Man, there's a lot of thing in that car. And you've got the star system from Scion, from Toyota, which is going to give you traction control, stability control, ABS, braking retardation. You've got a lot of stuff talking about the security in that car, and I think it's a good thing if you're planning to bring your family along with you in this one. The seats are comfortable, but you know what? If you're a big guy, you know, you're a large guy, maybe you won't like, you know, having having those side in you, you know. If you're a large guy, you cannot adjust that there, so you're gonna have probably a little discomfort when you're gonna be sitting in those seats. I'm not a large guy. I've got large shoulders, but you know, from down there I'm not too large, so for me it's a perfect fit. So when I go into turns, I still got a good hold from that seat. But you know what, guys, be careful. Try to try the car before buying it. That's going to be the best advice I can give you right now. Let's talk about fuel consumption. We did 7.5 liter per 100 kilometer during the whole week. I find that pretty acceptable since we did some strong acceleration with the car, did some highway, did some city driving, and you know, that's challenging. We are hard on those cars, and you know what, sometimes fuel consumption suffer. But on paper, Scion is telling us 6.3 liter on the road and 8.3 liter around town. So we're right in the middle of those numbers. If you go for the manual transmission, it's going to raise up a little bit your fuel consumption. It's going to be a combined number of 8.3 liter per 100 kilometers. Now the price. For the price that I'm going to announce, everything I show you guys in the car, you're going to get it. There's no option when you go with Scion car. So for the manual transmission, 21,165, and if you want to go with the CVT, it's 21,990. So there's not a big difference with those numbers. If you want a special paint though, you're gonna have to pay a little bit. Let's say a CVT with a special paint, 22,245. The only option that you're gonna have is probably an engine warmer, or I don't know, a rubber mat that you want. You know, these are not the option that's gonna change something in the car. So I think it's kind of okay, because those prices are quite good for the equipment that you have. And if you're a student that just got his diploma, you're going to be able to subtract 1K of this car. So it's even more interesting. So in comparison, you've got Mazda 3, Ford Focus, Elantra, VW Golf. Man, there's a lot of competition and hard one, you know, good cars. So I'm gonna give it still an A grade, and I'm gonna tell you why, guys. First of all, let's start with the minus points. Okay, the car, you know, is when you go on hard acceleration, you hear the engine noise. Besides that, probably the rear visibility, which is quite small, and there's not, you know, a lot of downside on this car. Maybe it's not that challenging to drive, so you're not gonna have as much fun as in a VW or a Mazda 3, that's for sure. But my A is given based on the reliability of the car. Toyota has made proof over time that this is gonna last for a long time, and the utility. So you've got a ton of equipment when you go with the standard version, because there's no option, and you've got a good fuel consumption average. The CVT is doing a great job. You've got a nice new style, and you've got the oil change that are at 16K. Man, you're gonna save some money there, you know, with maintenance. So that's why I'm gonna give it an A grade, guy. I don't know if you agree. Well, if not, feel free to comment. If you do, well, feel free to comment also. And don't worry, if you have any question, just write to us or comment in this video, because we are Car Question.